We're removing a clamshell on a Lotus Elise here. I'm detorquing the wheels and undoing the axis panels and removing the mesh fence I got from Greg's Race Parts. So this is actually a lot easier than I was thinking it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really hard. Everybody said, oh no, there's impossible to reach bolts. Everything's really like hidden. It's really not that hard. I did this probably in an afternoon or so. I could probably do it faster now that I know where everything's going and how to undo everything. It's self evident. Other than the spine bolts that go right under the center there's two 8 or 10 millimeter. I can't remember off the top of my head, but they're pretty easy. Use an electric ratchet. Everything's mostly accessible except for those door bolts. I used an angled 10 millimeter box end that had a ratchet on it, and I could loosen it up nicely, about 30 degrees. I think I got it for like $10 at AutoZone years ago. Works great. Now, there's one thing I would have done if I was going to do this over again is remove the door hinge panel covers. It makes it a lot easier because you have these little tabs that hold the clam with two 10 hex bolts. That includes the one that's hidden behind the door hinge and hidden behind the wheel well cover. It just makes it a little easier. Those tabs are a little fragile when you're talking about 20-year-old fiberglass. So just makes that little bit easier step. And also, it just gets rid of all the dirt that collects back there. Um, Previous owner of my car drove it on a dirt driveway. A lot of stuff. I don't blame him, but it's just something that carries along. Now, I see down there, I got a little thing from Home Depot. I think it was like $6. Little tray organizer. Really helpful. Highly recommend it. Makes sure you remember where everything is. Unfortunately, here, this is where I got a little confused. I was undoing the actual mounts on the lamps versus the cover. The lamps themselves are the hex sockets. The little hex nuts are the actual mounts for the lights themselves. So that saves a little, would save a little time. And there's that one hidden socket cap down there in the front. Here I'm putting the bolts back on slowly. Then I'm getting rid of the little plastic tab that's still holding the wheel well cover in. One other thing I didn't do in this video, but it's helpful, is removing the front lip. Now, my front lip is attached with these bolts, and I have dual oil coolers, so there's this big cable on the front linking the two oil coolers, and it just makes sure that they don't hang up. I'm removing the bottom panel there. I should have removed the lip there, but it's okay. One of the things I don't show in here is removing the tape for the shock protector or something for the alarm system. It goes along, it's like a big Y shape or arrow shape going down the spine and out the things for like shock protection or shock detection. It's a pain in the ass. It held me up when I was trying to pull the clam off, so highly recommend trying to pull that off a little bit. You might have to do that as it comes. And you can see me lifting the clam a little bit just to check if I have enough liftability when I'm ready to actually lift the clam off. Little blank spot there, sorry about that. Yeah, more lifting, doing those spine nuts down there. One of the things you should do when you're working on that area is make sure you put a shop towel or something under there to catch bolts. I lost an 8 millimeter to Never Never Land in the heater core area, and that means removing the AC, depowering the AC, like doing all this stuff. You don't want to lose it. Put a shop towel on it. Don't be like me. I'm removing the fuse box here so I have a little bit more access under there. Now, one of the things I don't have on this, my GoPro ran out of batteries. You gently have to yank it over the lip, which has the radiator box or ducting, I want to say. And that's kind of a challenge. I'd spread my arms out to like more of the corner, not the corners, but just at the edge and try to figure out the best way to lift. And it does pop. It just takes some effort. One of the harder things with this was actually getting the turn signals out and disconnecting those. So that might take up some time, by the way. And here I'm actually taping up the doors just so when I pull it off, it doesn't damage the paint.